Many people move through life with an ache in their hearts, a quiet longing for love. They search for that one connection that feels destined, soul deep, and divinely aligned. They seek comfort in the arms of another, someone who sees them, understands them, and walks beside them. And while love is a natural desire for every human being, for the chosen ones, those walking the path of spiritual awakening, deep inner work, and soul-aligned purpose, the experience of romantic love is often anything but simple. If you're one of the chosen, you've probably felt it already. Love doesn't come easy. Not because you are unlovable, not because you're doing something wrong, but because your path, your energy, and your purpose are so unique, so deeply transformative, that not everyone can walk beside you on this sacred journey. You might have asked yourself, why doesn't love work out for me? Or, why do I keep attracting people who don't match my energy? You may have experienced relationships that start like fairy tales and end in confusion, pain, or sudden silence. You might even feel like the universe is keeping you from love, blocking certain connections before they can bloom. But here's what you need to understand. This isn't a punishment. It's a sacred redirection. You were never meant for ordinary love. Your soul came here for something much greater, something that transcends fleeting infatuation or surface-level connections. As someone who is spiritually awakened, emotionally aware, and energetically powerful, you bring an intensity into relationships that not everyone is prepared for. Your presence alone is enough to stir the deepest parts of another person's soul, and while they can lead to a breathtaking connection, it can also trigger fear, insecurity, and emotional retreat. Your energy is unlike anything most people have encountered. It doesn't play small. It doesn't fit neatly into boxes. It doesn't apologize. It's radiant, raw, magnetic, and it speaks louder than words ever could. When you enter a room, people feel you. And in romantic relationships, your energy penetrates even deeper. You don't just fall in love, you become love. You feel everything. You pick up on unspoken fears, unhealed wounds, and truths hiding behind nervous smiles. You dive into the heart of the other person, not to control them, but to understand them, to see them fully, to love them in their wholeness, not just their highlights. But not everyone is ready to be seen in that way. Many people walk around wearing masks, not just for others, but for themselves. They carry childhood wounds, fears of rejection, and deep insecurities they've never dared to face. When they meet someone like you, someone whose energy is like a mirror reflecting everything they've been avoiding, they either rise or they run. And when they run, it's not always because they don't love you. Sometimes it's because your very presence asks them to grow in ways they're not ready for. And that is not your fault. It can be heartbreaking to love people who cannot meet you at your depth. You give your all. You show up with vulnerability, with truth, with the kind of love that transforms. But too often, you're left wondering why it still wasn't enough. Why, no matter how much light you poured into the relationship, it still fell apart. Why people seem to pull away just when things start to get real. But what if it's not falling apart? What if it's falling into alignment? You see, chosen ones aren't here to settle. You're not here to dim your light just to be loved. You're not here to twist yourself into a smaller version just to make someone else feel comfortable. You are here to elevate, to awaken, to embody love on a soul level. And because of that, your relationships must serve your evolution, not stifle it. The universe will not allow you to stay where your spirit cannot grow. So if a relationship is keeping you stuck, pulling you back into old versions of yourself, or asking you to compromise your truth, it will begin to unravel. Sometimes gently, sometimes painfully, but always with purpose. You may find yourself in a cycle, attracting people who seem amazing at first, only to discover later that they cannot hold space for your depth. You might experience relationships that ignite with passion and promise, only to dissolve when your energy begins to challenge them. And in those moments, it's easy to blame yourself, to wonder if you're just too much. But hear this, you are not too much. You are just too real for people still living in illusion. And because your soul came here with a mission far greater than romance, your relationships must align with that mission. You are here to raise consciousness, to heal others simply through your presence, to walk with integrity, speak with clarity, and love with a level of purity most have never experienced before. You are a lighthouse, and not everyone is ready to reach the shore. Love, for you, cannot be casual. You don't do small talk, you do soul talk. You're not here to chase, to perform, or to play games. You're here to connect, to see and be seen, to love and be loved in the most authentic, vulnerable, and expansive way possible. You crave a partnership where both people are deeply awake, spiritually aligned, and moving in the same divine direction. And until that arrives, anything less will fall away. There will be moments where it feels like the universe is keeping you single on purpose. And maybe it is. Not as punishment, but as protection. Because not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not everyone is meant to walk beside a soul as powerful as yours. The space you hold is sacred, and the universe is waiting until someone is ready, truly ready, to receive it. That's why some relationships feel like they vanish into thin air. One moment, it's connection. The next, it's distance. Ghosting. Silence. Confusion. But in the realm of spiritual evolution, nothing happens by accident. Every ending is a beginning. Every rejection is redirection. Every loss is a lesson in disguise. And here's the most important part. You are never without love. The love you're seeking externally already exists within you. You are love. You are the frequency of divine connection. You carry within you the codes of healing, intimacy, passion, and purpose. And as you continue to pour into yourself, spiritually, emotionally, energetically, you begin to attract relationships that can truly meet you where you are. When love finally arrives in its highest form, when it's soul aligned, heart led, and energetically matched, it will not feel like chaos. It won't require you to shrink, to chase, or to question your worth. It will feel like clarity, like peace, like home, and that love won't be threatened by your depth. It will honor it. It won't shy away from your fire. It will match it. That love will not fear your truth. It will stand beside you. So if you're in a season of solitude, trust that it's not because you're broken. It's because your energy is being protected. Because the universe knows what you carry. Because divine timing is real. And because your heart is being prepared for something sacred, something beyond anything your past has shown you. In the meantime, keep choosing yourself. Keep deepening your relationship with Source. Keep walking your path with courage, with grace, and with the unwavering knowing that love, real, soul deep, transformative love, is not only possible for you, it's promised. It's written in your destiny. And it's coming. When both you and your person are ready, not just to love, but to build something divine together. If these words found you at just the right time, trust that it's not a coincidence. You were meant to read this. Your spirit called it in. And if it resonated with your soul, drop 1111 in the comments as a signal to the universe that you're open to receive the kind of love that matches your frequency. You're not walking this path alone. The universe sees you. Your angels walk beside you. And your person? They're being prepared for you, just as you are being prepared for them. So don't lose heart. Keep rising. Keep glowing. Keep loving. Because the love you deserve is not just coming, it's already on its way. Some people find their comfort in the noise, the constant companionship, the busy schedules, the never-ending stream of messages and calls that assure them they are not alone. They need others around to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel alive. But not you. You move to a different rhythm. For you, solitude isn't an escape, it's a homecoming. It's where you find your breath again, where you feel closest to the truth of who you are. When you are alone, you are never lonely. In fact, that's when you feel most whole. You sit in silence and hear what the world drowns out. You reflect deeply, recalibrate your soul, and receive the kind of wisdom that doesn't come from words or people, it comes from the divine. Stillness isn't empty space for you. It's sacred ground. It's where your spirit speaks the loudest. This is why traditional relationships often feel like too much. Many people are taught that love is about constant communication, constant reassurance, and the daily rituals of emotional exchange. But for you, that noise can become overwhelming. It starts to suffocate the very essence of your being. You are not wired for performative connection. You crave a bond that honors your inner world, not one that demands you compromise it. You cannot, will not, force yourself to be around others just for the sake of not being alone. Your peace is too precious for that. You've come to understand that if a relationship doesn't contribute to your calm, it disrupts it. And when that happens, no matter how charming or beautiful or promising the person may seem, you feel the subtle shift inside you, the one that says, "This isn't it." And yet, in your stillness, something fascinating happens. You become a magnet, not for the loud or the shallow, but for the broken, the lost, the wounded. There's something about your energy, soft but firm, quiet but deeply grounded, that calls to them. They come to you not because you advertise healing, but because you are healing. They feel it, even if they can't name it. And you welcome them with open arms, because that's just who you are. You listen without judgment, hold space like a sanctuary, and offer light without expecting anything in return. People feel seen in your presence. They feel heard in ways they never have before. You don't just give them advice, you offer them presence. And presence, in a world obsessed with distraction, is the rarest medicine of all. But this gift comes at a cost. You may find yourself in relationships where you are always the healer, the giver, the steady rock. And while giving is natural to you, giving without receiving is not sustainable. Over time, these one-sided relationships begin to wear you down. You find yourself emotionally drained, spiritually depleted. And still, they want more. You're not asking for someone to fix you. You've already done the work. But you do need a love that nurtures you too, that lifts you when you're tired, that listens when you need to be heard. And until you find that kind of reciprocity, the universe will continue to remove anyone who cannot meet you where you are. Not out of cruelty, but out of protection. You've been called picky, too intense, or too much. But the truth is, you just have higher standards, standards rooted not in ego, but in soul alignment. You're not here to settle for half-hearted connections. You're not here to pretend that shallow love is enough. You crave depth. You crave authenticity. You crave the kind of love that makes both people better, that serves a purpose beyond comfort. This world often encourages people to accept what's convenient, what's available, what looks good on paper. But you know better. You'd rather wait a lifetime for something real than spend another minute in a relationship that doesn't feed your soul. You don't compromise your peace just to avoid loneliness. In fact, you've come to love your solitude so much that anyone who enters your life must enhance it, not compete with it. And this level of clarity, this depth of presence, it intimidates people. You don't even have to speak to command attention. The way you carry yourself, the calm you radiate, the questions you ask, it all reveals that you're not here for the surface. You're here for truth. You challenge others simply by being yourself. You mirror back to them their own fears, their own unhealed wounds. And while some are inspired to rise, others retreat. You may have noticed how often people shrink around you, not because you made them feel small, but because you made them see how much more they could be. You remind them of the work they haven't done. And that's not your fault, it's your light. You weren't made to dim it. The right person will not be intimidated by your depth. They will recognize it. They will be drawn to it like a flame calling to its twin. Every heartbreak, every person who ghosted or walked away or couldn't meet you halfway, it wasn't rejection. It was redirection. The universe has never denied you love. It's only denied you the love that would have distracted or diminished you. You were never being punished. You were being prepared. This path isn't for everyone. It requires patience and a deep trust in divine timing. It requires knowing your worth, even when others don't see it. It demands that you stay aligned with your truth, even when the world tells you to settle. But this path leads to a different kind of love. A love so sacred, so expansive, that once it arrives, you'll understand why nothing else worked out. Because the love that's meant for you will not ask you to shrink. It will not ask you to abandon yourself. It will honor your need for solitude, your hunger for growth, your devotion to truth. This love will not distract you from your purpose. It will walk beside you as you fulfill it. It won't just feel good, it will feel right. This is a divine union, a partnership that transcends ego and enters the realm of the soul. And while it may take time, every moment leading up to it is part of the preparation. Every lonely night, every lesson learned, every boundary honored, it's all making space for the love that is worthy of who you are. So if you feel like love keeps eluding you, know this. It's not because something is wrong with you. It's because something deeply right is being formed. You are becoming the person your soulmate is destined to meet. And they are becoming that person too. Trust that the universe has heard every whispered prayer, every silent tear, every hopeful wish. And it's working behind the scenes in perfect timing to bring you a love that's not just fulfilling, but transcendent. If this message resonates with your soul, take it as a sign. Type 1111 in the comments to affirm your alignment with divine love. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel for more soul awakening messages that speak directly to your spirit. Until then, keep protecting your peace. Keep choosing yourself. And most importantly, keep believing. The love your heart longs for is not a fantasy. It is your destiny. And it's coming. Stay radiant. Stay rooted. The universe hasn't forgotten you. It's preparing you.